Do 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 do. All right. All right, all right, all right. We are going to be doing a little challenge today. So, I don't know what to do it in though. Should we do it in that sketchbook or should we do it in this sketchbook? Let's see. We're going to draw 100 faces right now. But I don't know if I should want to draw it here or if I just want to draw the girl faces here and I want to draw the guy faces on the other one. Or if I just want to do girl faces because I'm going to be focusing heavily on pinups and we can do a whole page of 100 pinups. We can do a whole lot of work onto this page. Oh, yeah, let's do that. We're going to do that. We're going to do 100 pinup faces today. 100 pinup faces. That's going to be our challenge. So let's start a fresh page. Yeah, let's start a fresh page. All right. We will begin drawing 100 faces. Once you guys get me to like 1,000 likes. If you guys get me to 1,000 likes, I will begin the challenge. How about that? Meanwhile, I'm just gonna do a couple ones to fill in the space right here. So after today, you guys will know how to draw pinups. Either through osmosis or by any means, a measure of just visualizing and seeing what I'm explaining. You guys will be much, much better at drawing cool female forms today. And you guys can thank me by both hitting that little like button a lot. And two, I happen to actually have a need today. My computer monitor died. My computer monitor fried yesterday. My nice editing one that I use to edit videos and stuff. So what I'm asking is not donations, but if anyone has a monitor to donate, to please contact me if you guys are willing to ship it, because that would be really useful. And they're expensive. And yeah. So anyways, that is just put out there just in case anyone knows about the hookup or knows anything that can help me get a cheaper monitor. I do appreciate the help. All right, so, we're almost at the 1,000, so yeah, we're gonna start soon. All right, so you guys are gonna have to start throwing out themes because eventually I gotta do like a viewer like thank you like thing, and I'll have you guys submit pictures of yourselves so that I can actually draw it from it. That'd be really, really fun. I think that would be like a way to give back to you guys heavily. So I think we will do that at some point soon. And we'll have like a subscriber like little inbox thing that you guys submit stuff to, and then you guys can just get drawn on stream one day. What kind of monitor do I need? Honestly, anything that is just like at least 28 inches, like that's all I need. I'm not picky. I don't care about like the quality or anything. Honestly, it's kind of like with everything else. I make use of whatever people like are able to like provide. Like if anybody donates anything, it'll be able to use. You know what I mean? Like generosity is not something that you can be picky with, and like perfectly acceptable. And I just, yeah, that's all. All right, so we got to the 1,000. Okay, awesome. Let's begin our challenge. So first head, let's draw a nice little simple profile just to begin, and we'll draw myself as a profile. So beginning our challenge with a little self-portrait. All right, I'm bald. So, okay, so when I'm drawing heads, you're gonna see this a lot, right? I'm gonna come up with a volume of the head in some sort of box or some sort of circle, and then I'm gonna draw a line on the back. That's gonna represent the spine. That's gonna be representing the neck going down. So I start with a little figure 9 into that, and then I worry about coming up with the front of the face later. That's going to be essentially how I come up with profiles, and I come up with a lot of faces from the side. So whenever I'm drawing any head from the side, that is the structure that I'm using whenever I'm starting, regardless of it being guy or girl. Then I draw my teardrop in my circle, and that gives me enough guidance to be able to understand where my nose is gonna go, my chin, and my forehead, which also gives me guidance to where my eye socket's gonna be and the side of my head. The nose bridge always leads you to the outside of eyebrow. You'll see that a lot. Nose bridge always leads to your eyebrow, which means that this eyebrow is going to lead to the other side of the width of your nose, right? So if this is this side, this one's this one. So keep that in mind. It's a very simple guideline you can use all the time, and it's really, really useful. All right, we have one down, 99 to go. So let's see. All right, every single time that we draw a face, you guys level me up by 1,000 likes. How about that? Does that sound cool? Every time that you guys do that, just level me up once. Okay, so we're going into face number 2, so we should have 2,000 likes. What should we make this one, though? Draw him hair. No, that's me. I don't have hair. I'll draw a couple ones with hair. I'm not going to draw myself with hair. Okay, we'll draw this one with hair. Now they're all going to be pinups now. So what type of hair should we draw here? I'm going to let you guys choose. But you guys have to get me to that second 1,000. Cool. 2,000. That means that we get this one. Right, what are we drawing for this one? A messy bun. Ooh, I like that. It's tied up with a scrunchie. A little bit of loose hairs. Maybe you're just doing the laundry, you know, just playing Animal Crossing. Just doing your own thing, getting your hair pulled back. You know, maybe not all the hairs are down, just a couple, just most of them. You know, you don't have like your face on, so you're probably just chilling like a villain. No heavy eyelashes, no heavy like makeup either. Just chilling. Forehead round onto the eyes, right? Forehead round. The reason that we do that is to replicate a youthful look. The bigger your forehead, the smaller the features underneath, the more youthful the character looks. Okay? The more bigger the bottom and equal to the top, it's going to look a little bit more old. Okay? So the reason that we do a bigger forehead on these characters is to give them a youthful look. Then from there, our nose isn't going to come straight forward. Our noses don't do that. They're not animals. The reason that a lot of times we draw that unlike anime characters is because you're not basing anime characters off of humans. You're basing them off of little animals. Like anime characters are based off cats and like tiny furry characters. They're not based off human anatomy. So whenever you're drawing an anime character, it's much more just a little cat, and then you just draw human characters to it. It's going to be really, really cool for you to understand that at some point, right? It's going to be super cool for you to understand that anime is really simple, but it's not humans. They're cats. If you just draw a cat, you have yourself an anime character. It's a very funny way to be able to see it. But your nose is going to go forward a little bit, do a little bit of an angle. Then it comes back in a little bit, right? And then you have the walls, you have the height of your nose. So really simple trick. Outside of your nostril, inside of your eye. Ta-da! Okay, then we're gonna have ourselves a lip, and then a chin, and she looks a little angry, but we can change that really fast. Okay, and then from here, we can give her a neck. And then she can be chilling right there. Okay, got to give them a little bit of the next part of the body. I don't like leaving floating body parts, just a little bit. Just enough to show people that you're not drawing floating heads. Okay, let's draw a little bit of some hair in the front, maybe some loose ones, maybe a little bit on your, there you go. Dope. What's the next one? So what should be the next one? So now, oh, you guys got me 5,000 likes. So that means we got to have a total of 5 heads. So I'm just going to draw 5 shapes. Okay, 2, 3. Okay, now we have a total of 5. So every time you guys get me to another 1,000, I'm just going to draw another face. How about that? We're going to test that out. It's going to be fun. That's a baddie? Oh, no, let me show you a baddie. Show you a baddie the way that Rod would love to have a baddie. I don't know why, but Chun-Li has always been the hair, like the buns. Oh my God. Like, wear that and I'm like already half melted on the ground, just like, oh, right? And then do that with like almost no makeup, just a little bit of eyeliner. Oh my God, that's it. I'm done. Take me off the oven, man. Take me off the grill, because this boy's done. Like, yeah, there's something about just a little bit, not like anything special. I don't think you need much at all ever. I wanna see my girl and like see her be exactly how I'm gonna wake up in the morning, and then whenever she does doll up, then like I get to like, you know, dress up, so I get to like be like, oh, fucking cool and sexy too. And then we go parade together, make other people jealous. What pens do you use, boss? I use Bic pens. Just Bic, just normal Bic, like nothing super expensive, nothing super like exclusive at all. I like using cheap pens because it lets people know, okay, it's what the artist is doing. It's not the actual tool. All right, we're at 6,000, so I need to add one more face. Let's add one more over here somewhere. No need for a Copic finally? No, absolutely not. You don't need Copics at all. Copics are some of the most expensive, and if you don't know how to use alcohol markers, they're such a waste, such an absolute waste. Not of just your wallet, but it's also going to eat up your sketchbook pages because it bleeds through the pages, right? So it's not just the fact that you're like limiting your like drawing now because, oh, what if I mess up my drawing? What if, oh, it's so expensive, I don't want to just use it every day. So now you're limiting your drawing because the cost of it is making you not want to use it as much as you probably should. So it's only going to be on special occasions. And then those special occasions become extra strenuous because now you have to draw perfect. Now you can't mess it up. No. Why would you ever mess up that expensive paper that you got just for those markers? Just so that you could get that done, and then eventually it's never going to be as satisfying as you thought because you haven't gotten any practice with it. Like, you haven't practiced with them at all, so you expect to have perfection, but you don't use them because they're expensive. See the pattern? Right? So the pattern ends up being Expensive equals not used. And if you don't use it, how are you ever going to get better with it? Tell me now, huh? Blah, 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 blah. Can you draw different ethnicities? Yeah. What ethnicity would you like me to draw? I've been a caricature artist for 20 years, dude. I can draw anything. Man needs to use you as an advertisement. I wish. Can you draw Toph? What does Toph look like? She's blind, right? So Toph is blind. So I can draw a blind girl. But let's see. What does her hair look like? I think she has like a split hair. Like she has like hair like this on the side. But I don't know if she has like a band or something. It sounds like she would have. I don't know. Does she have like her ears showing? Again, I don't really remember what Toph looks like. I just know that she's blind. But does she even have her eyes open ever? Or is she just always like sensing the ground? Right? So, yeah, I have to go back and look at Avatar. That'd be I gotta go back and do some fan art. Like I have to do some fan art for the pinup book anyways. So one day we're just gonna set up and we're gonna do fan art stuff. Like we're gonna do like Adventure Time pinups. We're gonna do like I don't know. I'll do like some Powerpuff Girls like revised to be pinups, stuff like that. Like things that are fun. The last one had Velma and Daphne, and I drew a bunch of characters from Scooby-Doo. And yeah, like little Scooby, like baby Scooby with Daphne was really, really cute. And then the Daphne one literally got me, it was like 2 million like views here on TikTok. That was like the one thing that was like, oh, instant, like just got me a shit ton of followers. And I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Because I migrated from Instagram, right? And I was like, oh, I have to build a whole like thing again. Nah, I just posted that and there was like instantly 70,000 followers. I was like, fuck yeah, woohoo, easy mode. She has her eyes open. Okay, we'll try a different Toph. This one ended up just being like a little sexy girl. So how many likes do we have? We have 7,700. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got one more, 7. So every 1,000, I'm gonna add a different face to this. Eventually, we'll have the whole page filled. Like we're gonna go into the little tiny sections. We're gonna go into individual little spots, and then that's when the creativity really kicks in. Scooby-Doo will be so easy for you. Can you do Eminem as a cartoon? Let's see, what would Eminem look like as a pinup girl? What would Eminem look like as a pinup girl? So I'm gonna give her a hoodie, short hair, killer rabbit. I'm gonna give her a little bunny hoodie. So be rabbit. Got one chance. Let's see. Caucasian eyebrows. And they normally tend to be lining inwards sometimes with like more like Irish, Scottish, like normally they have a more angled to a certain side eyebrows and stuff. Let's see, still gonna be concentrating. Thick, thin line creates the illusion of an eye. A slight thin upper line creates the illusion of an eyelid. A slight thin lower line creates the illusion of a lower eyelid. And then thin lines on the nose can generate a style for my nose. Let's draw this a little bit wider. I think we're missing a little bit of hair in the back. Like, this has to be a little bit wider. There you go. It's a little bit better. Little bunny ears. Be Robert in the Hood. All right, so we have Eminem as a pinup. Can you draw Miles Morales? So if we're gonna draw Miles Morales as a pinup, it would have to be a girl with really curly hair, like really like frilly hair. So let's draw Miles Morales as a pinup. Let's see, what type of hair would she have if it was a girl? I know that it would be like up still because Miles Morales has like a little afro thing going on. All right, so something like that. My nose would be, instead of being more of a Anglo-Saxon nose, it would be a slightly wider nose. And most of the time, African-American noses are pointing slightly up. Then slightly bigger lips. And we might have to move this a little bit, but it's perfectly fine. Some eyebrows. And slightly heavier eyelids than you normally would. So if we draw the eyes right there, let's draw some makeup on her. Thick line, thick line for the upper line. Then a thin line to generate the contrast with the lower eyelid. Then a thin line to create the eyelids. I'm gonna give her a hoodie as well. Let's draw the hair. I mean, the lower eyelids, what? All right, next one. Love your style. Yay, thank you. Can you draw a mascot type of character? Oh, we have 11,000 now. Hold on. You gotta catch up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, we need 4 more. 1, 2, and let's do a skinny one. 3. All right, let's catch up, because otherwise we're not gonna catch up. All right, so we gotta start grabbing a little rag or something, because I'm gonna start smudging if I don't go this way. Actually, we should probably just fill the spaces in. All right, we'll just fill in the spaces. So 3 more faces, huh? All right, let's do one right here. What should that hair be? Okay, perfect. I know what this is gonna be. Hair going this way, head going this way, hair going this way. Okay, so that's 1. Fills in that space. Number 2 can be right here. Cool. Now that's 2. And this one can have a little bun to fill in that space. And then we need a spot right here. Actually, we'll fill that up. So that's 1, 2, we're at 12, 3. So I need to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 3 more. Wait, no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. 3 more until you guys, I'm gonna catch up with you guys. Can't keep up with me. I can draw faces faster than you guys click like. How funny is that? Oh, let's see. One. Let's see. This one should be super cartoony. Let's draw a super cartoony one. So the beauty of these techniques is that they're not subjected to style. They're just subjected to getting every part of the body inside of the areas. So once you learn the concepts behind it, you can shift them around to be anything you feel like. So if you want them to be like cartoony characters, you want it to be more realistic or pinup characters, you can shift that relatively easy as long as you understand the conceptual placement of your body parts. Kind of like when you learn when you're younger, there's 2 eyes and a head, right? There's 2 eyes, 2 ears. Eventually you have to learn past the basics and then you learn more complex elements. And a lot of people stop at a certain point. They just stop thinking about it like that. They're like, oh, well, I already know enough. I can just go into my imagination. But a lot of people stop their growth a lot sooner than they should. They stop their growth because they are tired of the whole concept of learning. Right? And they want to create. They want to get to the exit point. They want to get to the creation side of things. And, it's understandable. Like, everybody wants to get there, like, the soonest possible. But when you rush it, when you think about it and you rush it, you're never going to get there because now you're skipping steps that you can't skip if you want to get there. Because if you skip them, you don't learn that stuff. And a lot of things like volume and perspective are more like muscle memory than hard. They're not difficult. The concepts like I showed you guys today, they're not difficult. Like earlier on the stream, we showed you a lot of like really cool perspective tricks with the body parts and stuff like that. And they're not hard. They're just normally based on knowledge that a lot of us skip. So since normally we skip it, we don't really think about it. So, okay, we're at 15,000. How many faces do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Ooh, you guys are keeping me like going like crazy. All right. So you guys are going to eventually have to give me different hairstyles and stuff like that, because otherwise we're going to end up drawing just my imaginary crush the whole time. I'm trying to learn the Vega-bound art style. What is a Vega-bound? What is Vega-bound? Sounds like a cool like underground technique. Like, whoa. Like secret society shit. That's the stuff I like. Hey, Marta says, Rodgon, thank you so much. I learned to draw with your videos. Oh, you guys are awesome. Today has probably been it's a super conflicting day for me today, right? Today I felt like shit. And I felt like shit because, I don't know, for some reason, the first time ever, I'm getting really, really, really triggered by trolls. I don't know. It triggers my fight reflex from the 90s. It's like I can ruin you. And then I feel that such dire desire to just let loose on these assholes, And it's just like, Rod, you can't do that. You know you can't do that. You know perfectly well what happens when you let loose and you're angry and you just unleash everything onto people. It doesn't end well. Not for them. But I feel bad for it because I'm a good person and I don't like making things difficult for people, right? But oh my God, some people are making me want to do it. And it's just like, you know what I mean? Like, people are pushing my, they're trying my patience. All right, so that's 1, 2, 3. All right, so that's 13. Wait, I think that's 13. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. This is 14. So I need to get to 16. So that's a +2. I'm going to have to keep track on the side. All right, so let's see. What should this one be? This one kind of looks like this is going to be a shared bun because it can be for either one of them. Cool. Done. Turnarounds. Yeah. Hello, everybody. So what we're going to be doing this month, we're not going to be playing music, right? I'm going to test something out. Okay. Between this early morning, this weekend not streaming, right? Because I gave it a break. Guess how many people were on the stream this morning alone? Just allowing myself to not get shadow banned. Do you guys just guess how many people were on the stream? Oh, you can draw a mullet for sure. Like, just throw a number out and I'll let you guys know. It's a ridiculous amount of people that were in the stream, by the way. Like, much higher than we have had in a very... No. Let's multiply that by 10. $21,000 followers. It was 21,000 people in the stream today. This morning. All because I took a break from it for the weekend. And I didn't allow myself to play music because that shadow bans me. They told me that. So I was like, all right, let's see how many people we reach. Cool. And then I decided to jump on for a really, really, really small amount of time. Like, it was like 10 minutes or something like that earlier today, a little bit. Just to test out. Guess how many people jumped onto that 10-minute stream? That was like 10,000. That's insane amounts of numbers. That's insane. That's crazy. I'm getting stadium-sized numbers. That's ridiculous. Hey, Lilu! Okay, so let's see. How many do we have so far? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I gotta catch up. Oh, at least I gotta break even. Okay, hold on. I'm just gonna go super mega fast mode for a quick second. And I'm going to draw a couple different ones. One, just to catch up to the catch. All right, cool. Oh, man. Okay, you guys got one more on me. It's okay. We're going to be here until we get to 100. How do you draw braids? Well, braids are actually quite simple. Let's draw one from 3/4 so you guys can see the braids. So if we have a character, has a little nose, has a little mouth, a little chin, jaw, everything, and it's going to have like nice big braids in the back. Right, first of all, your hair is going to get pulled back towards the braid. Your hair always gets pulled back from your hairline towards wherever the hair is going to get tangled in. In this case, you're braiding it, so it's going to be creating tension points into each other. Okay, so you have to interlap lines to generate the illusion of it. So just a couple lines going into each other. It's normally more than enough. You don't need to draw a ton of every single one of them. And then towards the end, wherever this ends, just draw whatever type of elastic band or something, and then the end of the hair. By doing that and then combining that with like a little bit of loose hairs coming in, you know, can generate a very nice, very appealing look. Bro, can you put a link of your sketchbook? Oh, just Google Rodgon store, because I haven't changed all the links back for the from the Academy stuff. I still haven't changed the links back. Like I got burnt out every single time that there's like a release like that. It takes so much out of me. Like I hate selling things. Even though it's an awesome course and everything, and I've like worked really hard for it, I hate selling things. Like I wish that I didn't have to sell anything to anybody. I wish that I could just teach, get like a government grant because I'm doing something nice for everyone, you know, and then just live off that. And not have to ever charge anyone for lessons, be able to take free mentors and apprentices because I have the time and I don't have to worry about surviving. You know, like that's my dream. Like my dream is to be able to have open free time to be able to mentor people freely without having to charge them. Because that would be the best use of my time. I think that that would be the best use of me in the world. I think that would be where the most benefit would be. But unfortunately, I have to survive, you know? And since I'm not a money-driven human being, other people have looked out for me and created like, you know, scenarios where I can make money without necessarily feeling bad about it. Like the school like was a big push for me because that's the only way that I could ever see myself being financially stable. And it actually worked really nice. Like it started stabilizing my life and I was able to actually to live. like that sounds weird, but like not survive, but actually live, you know? And it was like, oh, cool. Like what I'm teaching is actually something that people want. And you know, that led to me making the advanced character design course, which ended up being the biggest course I've ever made at 80 classes. Holy shit, dude. 80 plus 20 like Q&As that we've done. And it's just like the most extensive course I've ever done. It's incredibly inclusive and it just like, it blows everything that I've ever drawn out of the water. And it's just like, I'm so proud of it, but it still exhausts me to have to sit there and sell things. It's just not for me, man. Like I need, like I said, like earlier in streams, like I think if I ever met like the perfect match for me would be a girl or a woman or however you identify that has the drive to be like the agent behind the Rodgon entity. Right? Like the person that's going to be the one like sending things to like newspapers and being like, oh, you guys might want to feature this guy. He's been teaching for 12 years, blah, 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 blah. Crap like that. Like getting fluff pieces just so that my name can be known. I need that's what I need as a complement to my life because that's the only thing I'm missing. Other than that, I don't need absolutely anything from anybody, which is the difficult part about finding a partner, right? It's that I don't need anything from anyone. Oh, where'd my light go? Ah, we're in the dark. Oh, wait, that's actually not that bad. Huh. Whoa, that like camera actually picks up a lot of really cool like light. That's awesome. But that light didn't last any time without a battery. That would be like Rodgon after dark. All right, how many faces do we have? Are we caught up? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. All right, we need 2 more because you guys keep on like moving the goalpost. All right, let's see. 1 here. 21. Let's see. All right, I finally caught up to you guys. Jesus Christ, you guys kept me going for a while. All right, so 21. Now we got to come up with different heads and different faces. Otherwise, we're going to end up drawing the same character a quadrillion times. Which is not bad. There's power in repetition, especially when you're trying to aim to be a consistent like person. So if you draw out the same face all the time, it's not a bad thing. Yeah, it's just a matter of learning how to make variations of that for you. But that's actually a really strong, powerful tool. A mohawk? Yeah, we can do a mohawk. Let's do a mohawk right here. Punk rock hottie. Punk rock hottie. You have piercings that would hurt me. I'll chip a tooth if you let me. Like, I wouldn't mind chipping a tooth. Oh, gran y poderoso Rod. Puedes enseñar cómo hacer ojos. Can you teach me how to draw eyes? Only because he called me all grand mighty Rodgon. And he knows exactly the key to my heart. My ego. My ego. So if you want to ever learn to draw eyes, whatever shape you choose for your head, right? You're going to do this. You're going to find the placement of the eyes by dividing everything into 3. Divide it in half. And this third, that's going to be where your eyebrow, your cheekbone, and your eyes go. Right? So if you learn that a third of your face is the features for your face, it gets a little easier. Right? So now if you divide your whole entire head into 3 again, 2 of them are going to be your eyes, and then 1 of them is going to be the side of your head. Ear, teardrop for your nose, your mouth, your chin, and your ear connects your neck, even if it's skinny or if it's wide. So understanding your head is about understanding the role of 3, right? 1, 2, 3. So that's where your eye goes, right here. Then inside of here, you're going to draw your eyebrow, and then your eye is 1 thick line, 1 thin line. 1 thick line, 1 thin line. Draw whatever style you want inside, and the things inside are just 3 circles, and then the eyelid, like the lines that you're drawing, are just going over that. Si quieres aprender a dibujar ojos, vas a tener que aprender a hacerlos con 2 líneas, una línea gruesa y una línea delgada. Cuando los intersectas y haces 2 círculos atrás de esos, son 3 círculos para dibujar un ojo, y luego 2 líneas, una gruesa, una línea delgada, y luego esos son los ojos. Cuando lo tienes a un lado, dibujas derecha, izquierda, para arriba, para abajo. Es una línea gruesa, una línea delgada. Okay? So if you want to draw eyes in any direction, it's all about a thick line and a thin line. That's literally the concept behind it. Okay? So if you want to look up, remember our eyes are round. You go around the eye. Around the eye, like a hemisphere. Where they intersect, well, that's where the magic happens. Right? So if you're looking up, you draw that, draw another one, intersecting, you look up, eyelashes, ooh, and now you have your eyes looking up. You do it down, it curves down. And then, ooh, you have your eyes looking down. Hey, Sarah! Sarah's a super fucking awesome person. So she always gets a little Care Bear. I enjoy making Sarah happy. Sarah's awesome. We're going to draw a Care Bear riding another Care Bear. Care Bear Inception. So it's going to be riding it. It's going to be like... Rod, you are the most smartest person I have ever seen. Your methods make the most sense. I think they actually help a lot of people with ADHD. I think that's what it boils down to. Because the way that I visualize the world, it explains everything, right? It doesn't leave you guessing anything. You don't have to guess where things connect. Everything has a path. Everything has a line that connects to everything else. So it's kind of like a game whenever you draw with me. There's a line that takes you somewhere else all the time. So Doesn't matter if it's just your head or if it's your body, everything has a pathway, kind of like a connect the dots. And if you learn that connect the dots pattern, it's very easy to be able to draw things like anatomy and structure. So I think that that's why the way that I draw is very appealing to people that think like me, because there's always something to connect. So that's why I believe that people like the way that I teach things. Because regardless of whatever I'm teaching, I give you guys exactly the mapping points to what you're supposed to be drawing. You're not guessing anything. And I give you options to apply your style to each other. Like, I don't give you like an ultimatum, like, you don't do that like this and it's wrong. Which is the one thing that I absolutely hate about most art teachers. If they're like, well, you didn't get the proportions right, who fucking cares? It's just a different character now. Right? I don't have to draw like you to be able to make it correct, because these are all hallucinations. They don't exist. So to say that yours is right and mine is wrong is fucking ridiculous. It's just, what style do I want to apply to these things, right? Do I want to apply a more detailed style? Do I want to apply a very cartoony style? What is it that I want to apply to these? Like, I can make this into anything I want. And that's the power of it. Right? Even things like that normally are hard, like, I don't know, like Venom and stuff like that, right? Whenever you learn how to use these things, it's actually quite simple to draw things with really big mouths and stuff like that as well. It becomes quite simple as well. Eventually, you're going to be able to draw monsters and animals and dragons and stuff like that from those same techniques. Because most things that have a structure like a skull end up having very similar qualities than humans. So once you learn the structure of how to build a human, right? A circle and a teardrop make a human. If you take that teardrop and you move it forward, you have an animal. So it's very, very, very simple. Animals are just this. If you could give a young artist a tip, what would it be? Learn what the career is before you decide that you want this as a career. Don't be an ignorant person and go into a whole industry without ever knowing how you're going to make a living doing it. We are obsessive when we're young. Obsessive to the point where we may be willfully ignorant as long as we follow that dream. But if you don't understand how you can possibly make a living with what you're doing, and you're not informed enough when you go out into the world, you're going to end up in survival mode. Survival mode is when you have to take a job that doesn't have anything to do with art so that you may pay the fucking bills. And there's not very many times that you get out of that. Unless you get really lucky. Okay? So to avoid going into survival mode, we do a couple things. We take jobs that we can do that we are capable of learning and doing at the same time, right? So as long as we're in the creative world, we have an in where other people don't. So it doesn't matter if it's the dream job, it has to be a job. Any job that gives you creative freedom. 2, don't do things you don't fucking like. If you do things you don't like, you're gonna burn out. Period. There's no ifs or buts about it. You will burn out. It's not a thing that's for discussion. If you are constantly using all your creative energy to make other people's dreams and realities happen, but you don't spend any on yours, you're gonna burn the fuck out. right? So avoid burning out by actually using your creative energy for you, right? If you feel too tired at the end of the day because you worked on graphic design for someone else and you don't spend 10 minutes on yourself, you're on a downward spiral. It's gonna catch up to you eventually. Maybe not in a year, maybe not in 2 years, but you're gonna feel it. I promise you, it's gonna hit you like a fucking truck. Right? So always spend at least 15 minutes for you. For you with your own creativity, with all the skills you've developed, all the abilities you have learned over the years. Apply a little bit for yourself. Okay? And you're going to see such a drastic change. You're going to see so much growth so quickly that you're going to wonder why you didn't just do that earlier, why you didn't do it sooner. Like, you're going to be so confused as to like, oh my God, that was the trick. That's it. Just loving what I'm doing again. Shit. Okay. Like, so many people underestimate that. They underestimate the concept of loving what they're doing. You need to love it. You need to be passionate about it. You need to absolutely obsess over it. All right, what are we on? 29. So how many faces do we have so far? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So I owe you guys 7 faces so far. So 22 so far. All right, now I have a number I can actually keep track now. All right, so 22. So we got a rapid fire them, huh? Until we get back to that. Okay, so let's do a slightly rapid fire. Let me finish this one. This one looks all brainy. So an afro. Okay, let's do an afro. Let's do an afro one. All right, so that's 23 for me. Let's give her some big earrings. She's probably gonna have some mega eyelashes. And slightly bigger lips. If you want afro looking here, you have to draw really skinny circles because it's really tight knit hair. It's not really wide curls. It's very, very, very narrow. So as long as you keep the detail of it really, really small, it's gonna look a lot more like an afro. So even the shadows and the detail that you draw, you should be really small circles. And that's going to give you that look a million times more than if you didn't do that. Let's give her a little cocktail dress. Okay, and give her a necklace. All right, cool. All right, so that's 23. So we're going into 24. And we're at 30, so I still owe you guys 6. Again, we're going to go all the way up until we get 100. So if you guys just keep on liking those stream, you guys will eventually get to 100 faces. Perm. Wait, I mean, this afro is a little bit crooked, but since I have the ability to add to it because I'm adding little circles and doing shadows for little circles, I can just even it out and create that as the pattern for the shadow. Boom, shakalaka. We fix shit in this house. And you happy trees, we do stellar trees. I don't need them to be happy, I need them to be awesome. I'll be happy if they're awesome. French braids. I don't know what French braids are. Okay, so we got to do some quick ones because you guys are like just getting up there in the numbers. All right, so let's do a little profile. Let's fill in some spaces in between. Okay, this one should have like maybe loose hair coming down. There you go. There you go. All right, cool. That's 1. That's 25. Let's draw another one right here. Let's do like a front view for this one. Little hair in the middle. Draw an ear on one side. Going down the middle. But I don't like drawing the middle line. A lot of the times people like draw a midline. We don't have a midline in the front. Like, we just don't have that. We don't have it, right? There's no guiding line that goes down the middle, so it's just a necessary line. What I like to do is identify the middle by a dot and then going sideways with a little arrow. That gives me my nose bridge from the top. This, if I follow the lines from the arrow this way, it's going to give me a spacing for my eyebrows. If I follow this down, it's going to give me the roundness for my chin. And in between these, I have my lips. So being able to draw characters through just logical approaches without having to overthink the style or anything, just by drawing a box or an arrow, open up the possibilities for creative freedom, because I'm giving myself the guidelines that I need, but I'm not giving myself a style that I'm locked into. So I can change the shapes, the forms to anything that I feel like, so that I can create more accurate things to what I want to do, as opposed to what I'm limited to doing because I don't study anatomy or perspective and I just copy someone's style all the time. That's the biggest issue a lot of the times. Like, a lot of people, yes, you learn through repetition and copying other people sometimes, you know, but at one point, if you're trying to be a professional, you have to break through from that. You need to start studying things like form and flow so that you can learn how these people are doing these things, because otherwise you're never going to catch up. You're just going to keep constantly just wait for them to draw a cooler pose so that you can copy it. And that's not the point, right? It shouldn't be the goal. Bang. A flow. Oh, you don't know what flow is? Oh, man. What have you been learning? Hold on, let me catch up and I'll teach you flow. I'll go onto the side sketchbook and for a little bit while we catch up to the likes. So this one, let's see. And the bangs are kind of high up. Seems like the hairdresser messed up, but it's okay because she's nerdy. She's cute. All right, so that's 26. We are at 34. Woo! Woo! All right. I can't seem to catch up to your guys' likes, but I will. On average, if I go as quick as I want, I can draw a face every 10 seconds or so. So it's kind of fun whenever I'm like challenged for time and stuff like that, because people don't understand that. They do not know how to quantify being able to compete with somebody that can draw 5-6 times faster than you, and oftentimes knows how to apply that very, very well. like in high school, not in high school, in college, I was not allowed to do art battles with people. Like they would not let me join. And I know like a lot of you guys know what art wars are because I post it all the time. But if you don't know what art wars are, it's a really fun game that artists play, right? 28. Let's go on to this one for a second. So art wars is the concept of drawing an animal or a creature, right? And then sending it off to war to your opponent. You're like, you send it as an emissary of war. Then that person has to kill that monster somehow, like squish them or kill them or something, right? And then you have to come back and then you have to kill with whatever you create. Now you have to kill the thing that killed your guy. So if it was a hand that squished them, you can come by with like a sword and cut it off, or like a chainsaw and like, right? So, but the hardest aspect of this is when you do it in person. Because in person, you have to not just draw your character, you have to draw their character, right? So the way you win this is to create more detail that they can possibly create in their drawing, right? If you draw a character that has a bunch of detail, they're going to have to draw that, but they're going to have to draw it dead, right? In some way. So they have to focus on their character, and they also have to focus on making your character look like your character. So if they don't do that, if they don't manage to compel that across, just a scribble is not going to do it. So if you do something like this, it's just going to, like you lose, right? You have to, like, you're subjective to, hey, if the other person thinks that you didn't do right, it's a gentleman's thing, right? It's not like, oh, you lost. No, you didn't lose. No, if someone's like, all right, come on, man, that's fucking lame. Or you repeat yourself, or in any way you can't reply, then you lose. And then I used to have tallies on people's, it was like their names, they're called, like, my name's Rodgon the artist. I'd have Rodgon the artist, and then I'd have like a win and loss ratio. And then you would challenge somebody to an art battle. That's how you would go about it. And it was really, really cool. And, you know, it was something that I developed with other people in the school. And that was just like something that I've cherished. But I never get to do it with anybody because I don't have any friends. If I had more friends to like hang out with in person, I would totally do those a lot more. No helmet girl. 29. 37, huh? All right, let's start filling in spaces in between. So this one right here. This one looks like a little pinup. Right there. Boom, that's 29. That's 30. Right here, we have the ability to draw a couple different ones. We can draw a whole bodied one right here. Let's see, rib cage, hip bones, legs. And we have ourselves a whole character. So that's 31. Let's see over here. What could we do here? Oh, this kind of looks already like the opening for the hair. And so that's a very simple one. 32. It can be another one right here. 33. Let's see over here. Let's see, what could we do right here? 34. I don't really have much space here, but I mean, we can fit something into each one of those crevices, I guess. 35. And then this one. Let's see, what can we draw here? 36. All right, we're almost caught up. Now we can give a lesson on flow in a second. So 36, 37, round forehead, cheek, going down. Let's draw some flowy hair. And then this one should be all emo. Gonna give her super, super thick eyelashes. Give her a little collar and everything. Speak Portuguese, guys. Oh, unfortunately, I don't. 37. No. Okay, you guys are still keeping me all like going on. Okay, 37. You have this one right here. We don't want to take up that space. Negative space. There's not enough space. I don't want to fill that up. We'll just fill that up with detail. This right here, though, this is a really cool one. Let's see. That already looks like hair. So I'm just going to draw the chin, the nose, the mouth, the eyes. And that already kind of looks like hair anyways. Cool, 38, 39. Ooh, we're almost halfway there already. How funny is that? We've been here like less than half an hour. No, less than an hour. And we're already like halfway down all the faces that we were going to draw. Okay, 39. And I'm caught up. Perfect. All right, we have 39 faces so far. Let's teach flow while we catch up on the numbers. Deal? If you guys learn anything, just click like. That's literally the only equation you have to remember. Okay, so flow. Flow is a very simple concept, but nobody fucking practices it. And it drives me nuts because this fixes about 90% of the issues for people. Ooh, my hand is locking up. I think I'm drawing a little too forcibly. I'm putting too much pressure on my hand. Gotta loosen up a little bit. So, let's see. Whenever we're drawing something like a circle or a body, like a lot of people have issues finding how to draw bodies and making them look very nice and fluid, right? They have an issue knowing how to move and how to like just position characters in simple positions. People struggle so much with finding how to do very basic poses. And that's because they don't understand the concept of flow. Flow comes from learning circles. Circles and learning the edges of your body. So if you draw a circle and you draw a little figure 9, and you draw a foot, bring it back in, you get a limb. If you do this in the top and the body, the bottom of the body, you have the concept of drawing a really cool character. Simple. But this can move in any direction you want. Because the simple concept of flow is understanding how things go around, and sometimes they can go in, sometimes they can go out, sometimes they can go to the side, right? So if you focus on learning it like that at first, it becomes really, really easy later, doubling it up and then doubling everything up. If you double everything up, you have the ability to pose things, but it's the same concept. Right? You're just doubling it up and creating extra sections. But when you do that, you have the ability to move, and your characters are much easier to rotate around and move around. So flow is very important because flow essentially teaches you motion. So if you wonder why some people are able to draw really cool thumbnails really quickly, but you can't, it's because you don't know this. Because this is, quite frankly, the easiest way that you can ever sit down and learn poses and stuff. Right? And then later on, again, once you level level up and you learn to double up things, it turns into more complex shapes. But the concept of flow stays the same. Even later on when you decide that you want to add a bunch of really cool stuff to your drawings. Okay, so that's flow. That's the concept of flow, learning how to do this from a circle. Eventually, that's gonna also help you understand how to draw things like arms and legs, right? The concept of flow allows you to understand these things a lot easier. Flow, flow, my friends. Okay, so understanding how to draw flowy lines doesn't have to be really difficult. It's normally just explained stupidly difficult. It's explained like rocket science when it's supposed to be a nursery rhyme. A lot of the times, moving body parts around and stuff isn't difficult. It's not. It really isn't. It's just a matter of understanding how to visualize it so that you can maximize the potential behind your simple structures. Person squatting though. So you can go out and you can draw all the cool stuff that you guys really want to do. Like not be limited to, again, the stuff that you just copy. You should be able to do all this stuff so you can have fun, like drawing stories and action poses and stuff like that, you know? Yo, do that again. Oh, 43. Okay, so we were at 39. So we ended up at 39. So now we come up with four more faces. Okay, again, we're getting to 100 faces. So if you guys keep on hitting that like button, we'll eventually get there. And we're focusing on the pinup-y faces because I gotta fill up the book. Accidental line turns into a pinup. It's okay. Let's see. Ooh, I like this one because it kind of looks like. There you go. All right, that's 39, 40, 41, 42. At 42, 42, let's see, where else can I fit some more faces before we start going crazy into small spaces right here. 42, 43. I like drawing girls with glasses too. Like, I like glasses on girls. They make me relatable to them. It's like, come here, baby girl. Your eyesight is as bad as mine. 43, 44. This one shits like a little bun, but let's draw this one from the slight back. I guess we can, and we shouldn't shy away from drawing poses that we don't necessarily see any structures from. 44, 45. Let's see. Oh, we're at 45. Okay, cool. I'll wait until we get 2 more. So we're at 45. All right. So what other concept of anatomy do you guys want to learn while we get more likes? 46. You guys got me one more. Okay, I'll just draw it, just to fill it in. Let's draw hair that has like bangs in the front. And then a little bit of 3/4 view. And I still want hair coming forward. Okay. And then this one should have dow eyes. I'm gonna make the eyes smaller on the edge going down. So it looks like the Katie Holmes look. We have like almost like lazy looking eye. Okay, that's 46. Cool. 46 so far. All right, so the body, huh? Well, we just explained flow. So now the body in itself is gonna be consistently a circle and some hip bones. So think about it like a exclamation mark that's really fat, right? Take an exclamation mark and poof, puff it up. Now you have yourself the rib cage and hip bones. Connect them. And these circles are the width of your leg. So if you want a leg that wide, that's how you draw it. If you want a leg that's wider, you draw wider legs, but not wider ankles. The ankles stay the same. So that's going to give you a wider leg, giving you more curviness. So if you draw really wide circles, you're going to have yourself thicker legs. If you don't draw them as thick, you're going to have straighter legs. If you make them smaller than the rib cage, you're going to get yourself a really big upper body. Okay, so you can go and you can change, interchange all those things. All right, so remember, every 1,000 likes, you guys got to hit. So if you guys want more faces, you guys got to hit that like button. We're aiming for 100. We're aiming to 100 faces. Okay, we're aiming to draw 100 little pinup faces. This one doesn't count. Draw a big boom bus. So you draw girls with big gazongas. You know, there's like a way to do it so it actually doesn't look like overly ridiculous. I mean, it's always going to look overly ridiculous when you make them that large, you know? But there is a way to make it look like it's anatomically correct. And it's by learning to draw a little heart from behind this neck. If you draw a circle at the base of the neck and you draw around it, you can very easily replicate a bikini by just thickening that line. And now you have yourself breasts that are held up. So that's a very simple way to be able to do that. So if you feel like drawing big gazongas, that's how you draw big gazongas. Have I ever heard of Roblox? No. And I have not ever played Roblox in my life. I hear it's like a breeding ground for very, very bad type of people. And I don't condone stuff like that, so I don't feel like dealing with that. Because if I run into something like that, I'm gonna go to jail. There's things that you just don't mess with, and kids are one of them. Right? And from what I've heard lately, it's like a breeding ground for terrible, terrible people. So, yeah, no inclination whatsoever to ever go on to Roblox, my friend. Sorry. Just never gonna happen. Let's see. I like eyebrows that are tall. I like really high eyebrows. That I blame Chris Sanders for. I blame Chris Sanders for giving me a love for angled eyes and inward eyebrows because it creates a contrast in your shapes and your flow. So it creates a very cool dynamic. So slightly angled eyes inwards creates a very almost like Mexican slash like Eastern Islander like type of feel to the eyes, and I love it. So that's 49, that's 50. Oh wait, no, that's 47, 48, 49. We need one more. How you draw punching and moving. I'll show you guys in a second. Let me just fill this in. Let me do number 49 before we finish 49. So this one should be very seductive. Let's draw the eyes leaning up a little bit. She's gonna be angry because you ate her last mochi. You know you should not be eating her mochis. Type of girl that would like smile at you and then stab you at night. You ate my mochis, motherfucker. Now I'm gonna tattoo mochi eater on you. Mochi stealer. Have a tattoo gun on you. Like, come accept your punishment. All right, it's 49. Okay, we're caught up. Should we like just go ahead and start like getting ahead of you guys by doing a couple? Yeah, probably. Because otherwise you're gonna all go on a liking spree and I'm not gonna be able to catch up. So that's 50. That's 50. So this one's 51. Okay, so we got 50 and 51. Just draw some hair in the back. We have a little space right here. We can draw another one in there. And 52. 52. I gotta, let's make one with a big nose. 53. 54. And 55. Let's do 55 and then wait for you guys to catch up with the likes. Let's see, what should this one be doing? Well, this kind of looks like the head should be this. All right, that kind of looks like a proper place for a head, a little shoulder, a little bit of like, you know, like a dress or something. All right, that's kind of cool. All right, 55,000. Okay, so we need 5 more thousand likes from you guys. Oh, 6. I'm just gonna make another one. Let's do. Oh, someone asked for a mullet. I'm gonna have to draw a mullet later. Draw like a short hair girl. 55 so far. How do you get so good at proportions? Because I don't see proportions as limiting. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm at 55. Let's go on to a lesson. So whenever I'm drawing bodies and stuff like that, since I learned to do them differently, I'm not subjecting myself to the 8 heads proportions or anything. I can draw characters with any sort of proportions I want because I'm able to draw them super easy, right? If I want a character that's really fat, I just make the shapes really fat. And then I have a character that's really fat. If I want a character that's really skinny, I can draw my character really skinny and follow those same concepts of flow, and I have myself a skinny character, right? If I need a character that has big hips, I just draw a little thing with bigger hips on the bottom, and I follow the lines, and I have myself a character that has hips. So again, I didn't learn like other people. I learned through observing around me and then applying, right? I knew that if I drew a circle and little limbs, I can draw a human at a base, core, super simplified, almost stick figure level. To be able to create this and make this into something else, all I gotta do is like pinch. All I gotta do is learn to pinch things in, and I have access to bodies. Yay! And then when you learn and you apply those things to different positions, you can learn to draw your things any way you want. Da-da-da-da-da. Okay, so that's 51,000. All right, so let's see, do we have space for more faces here? 51, I'm at 56. So you guys got to catch up. 56. That was cool ass explanation. Are you still streaming? I'm still streaming, not art streaming. I'm still streaming. Stream Seal 6. Stream Team Seal 6. Let's go. 58. Let's see. I'm gonna have like 60 faces within the structures. Oh no, we smudged it. Darn you. Okay, hold on. You guys want to see how I fix things like that? It's actually really simple. I grab myself some tape, right? I go rip a little piece off. I cover the part that I messed up. And then I do it twice so that it's more transparent. Boop, boop. Right? And then I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna draw exactly the same face that I drew before. And then I just cut out the rest. And I can get rid of mistakes. Or I could just cover it with a Post-it or something like that, you know? But I like correcting mistakes like this because it reminds me of like old school comic book people and how they use whiteout and actually use like hand-on techniques instead of the undo button. Being able to just do a little bit more of like a handcrafting thing instead of always thinking about it like a perfection. Now, if you have like a piece of paper instead of tape, you can make that perfect, you know, just completely white. But at this case, that's a super quick fix. And then you try to avoid smudging it again. Because smudging makes Rod's irritability go up a lot. I don't like messing it up. 58. Where are we at? Oh, you guys are at 52 still. 58, 59. I thought you guys were going to be able to keep up with the likes. 59. All right, let's draw 60 in this page and then move on to the other one. 60 faces within. How long has the stream long? Let's see, hold on. We have been here for an hour and a half. So 60 faces in an hour and a half. It's not bad. That's a little bit over a minute a face. But that's with downtime too. Oh, an old lady? Sure, let's try an old lady. How old? Like mega ancient old? Like super, super ancient? Like saggy cheeks and everything type of old? Wrinkles and big nose and big bushy eyebrows. Let's give her a bun. That would be something like that. Ancient. Okay, let's draw an ancient one. Like straight up, like almost like mummy-ish. Let's see. Just thinking of the mom from Coco. Slow down. Nah, you guys keep up. It ain't about slowing down. What's the point of that? If I slow down, I don't grow, because then I don't see where my mistakes are. I actively always think of myself like thinking of where I am not 1,000% comfortable. And if I don't draw a feature 1,000% comfortable, why is it that I can't freely draw it like that? Right? That being arms, hands, heads, like faces, noses, mouths, whatever. Whatever it is, I need to know how to draw it better than other people. My brain is like, yeah, I just need to understand it more. I don't need to be able to render it better than you. I just need to understand it more than you. Eventually, the dexterity will catch up to my knowledge, and then I'll be able to draw better than anyone. Like, that's the goal. Like, fill myself up with all the time and the knowledge, and then when the dexterity catches up, blow everybody out of the water. Can you draw? Get an example of what? Give an example of what exactly? I mean, I'm giving you guys examples of like how I build volume, but What exactly would you like me to do an example of? Can you draw one eating ramen? Sure. I swear to God, if I ever go to Japan and a cute girl like goes like, "I'm stealing you," I'm probably not coming back. Just saying. Just saying. She teaches me Japanese. Woo! I hear like 7-Elevens over there are bomb. All right, so we were at 59 right here, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64. We're at 64,000. No, well, you guys are at 57 still. Ooh. Ooh. Damn. I must be drawing way too quick for you guys. It's all right. It's all right. Let's draw one with a slightly flatter face. Because not everybody has a nice little pinup-y face either. Like there's people with different styles and looks, right? So learning how to make variation within your shapes and your structures is what's gonna make you a good character designer, right? Drawing really appealing things helps you be a good illustrator, but learning how to draw variation in your characters is what makes you a character designer. Just because you illustrate doesn't mean you're a character designer. Just because you can draw and draw characters does not mean you're a character designer. A lot of the times it takes understanding construction to the point of like expert level to be able to make endless variations of things. But don't get it twisted. Character design is literally the concept of variation. It's not like, oh my God, you have to like have a very peculiar style and that's it. No, very rarely is that ever the case. You need to be able to be versatile. You need to be able to look at somebody else's style and be like, oh, I can take that. I can copy that. Oh, that's just thick and thin lines here. Oh, contrast here, there. Okay, cool. Yeah, I can do that. And I guess I'd be able to go from like super hooper cartoony to very comic bookish is something that not everybody can do, right? Not everybody can draw in every style. Or can you? I think you can. If you just learn to stop thinking about it too much. What's something you still find tricky to draw? Very few things. I think like at this point, it's morely about like just finding a style that I like, that I want to draw in. More so that I'm not limited to not being able to draw things. I'm more like paralyzed by what should I do? Like where do I want to spend my time? Hey Moosey, where you at? Oh my God, you were behind me. Sorry. Can I draw animals? A whole book of animals. I teach people how to draw animals, and I'm building a course for how to draw all kinds of animals that can be pets. From birds to dogs to cats to mice to frogs to snakes to axolotls to turtles, fishies, crabs, little creepy crawlers. Or literally take that knowledge and apply it to pretty much anything you guys want. Yeah. Because that's what I do. I don't like telling you to draw like me. I don't like explaining to you like, oh, I want you to be my copy. Not at all. To me, you don't need to be my copy. I want you to learn to see like me, but I don't want you to necessarily be exactly the copy of me. I'd be flattered if you thought about it, but it's not something that I aim to teach or express to have as a consequence of my teaching. I like you to take the concepts that I teach you and apply your own style, your own set of skills to it so that you can actually create your own things. 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68. All right, so we're at 68. $69. I'm such a child. I'm 41, ladies. Hey. Not make fart jokes. Who wants this? Why most of them have eyes closed? It's just a simple way to be able to represent eyes. But, I mean, I don't have to have them closed. I can have the eyes open. It's just something that I do sometimes. Because I like the expression. That's pretty much it. So we can draw them. I'm 40 and I chuckled the same. See, very few things are as good as a "that's what she said" joke, right? Like, oh man, if I ever get away with like saying a "that's what she said," it's so funny to me. Let's draw like a hijab. There you go. Different cultures. You should draw one making a silly face. You know what? I discovered, and I'm gonna test this for like a week. Okay? Without music, if I don't click music, right? If I just don't click music, we are reaching upwards of 21,000 people a stream. If I put on music, we reach 2,000 people a week. So I'm going to test something now. I'm going to put myself first, business-wise, for like a month. I'm going to see how many people I can get to follow me if I just follow the rules of TikTok. Right? Before they ban it on the 17th anyways, because they're going to ban it on the 17th. So if you guys want to keep learning after the 17th, if for some reason you guys don't see me here anymore, right? They block it, they ban it, whatever. If I'm not here, I'm going to be on YouTube and Instagram. So I'm going to stream on YouTube and Instagram instead of TikTok. It's not going to stop. It just changes locations. So if you haven't followed me on YouTube, right, go follow me on YouTube. That's where all the videos are anyways. That's where they end up. So if you ever wanted to learn more, that's a fantastic place to just go and watch videos. But since I am almost really close to my 100,000 follower thing on YouTube, I would love for you all to follow me so that I can get there, so that I can get my plaque, so that I can actually be considered a YouTuber. And then I can go to like VidCon and stuff like that, so I can actually like meet some of you. That'd be super cool. So I'm not really worried if they block it, if they ban TikTok. Like, it's gonna suck because that's 500,000 people that follow me here. You know, it's gonna suck. Don't get me wrong. That's gonna be like, aw. But if you give up, if you think like, oh my God, now I have to start over again, that's gonna happen in your career most likely a couple times. Okay, if it's not a website, it's gonna be a computer crash, it's gonna be like a hard drive malfunction. It's gonna be something that's going to make you start over. And it's not a matter of if, it's just kind of a matter of when. You know, that's an unfortunate situation, but it's going to happen. Very few people take the precautions needed to take backups on hard drives, to like not like take their computer for granted, you know, stuff like that. People very rarely do. So whenever something catastrophic happens, one or two things happen. One, either you were prepared and you are ready for it, or you're going to be losing a lot of stuff and you're going to be disillusioned and you're going to have to question if you want to keep doing it or not. So be mindful. Put yourself in the cloud storage. Put your everything in backups, hard drives. Always make sure that you have a backup of the backup of the backup, because eventually you're going to need it. Yep, eventually you're going to need it. And we want to be able to do and use it, right? Where's the link for the YouTube? It's just my name. If you just Google Rodgon, just go to YouTube Rodgon. Like, I'm very, very well known. Like, I'm actually surprisingly well known. Like, I had no idea I was that well known until the marketing team and stuff like that started showing me the SEO, like SEO like rankings and stuff like that. Like, I don't know, like they were showing me some numbers. I'm not really good with technology, so I just go with whatever they tell me. But they were like, yeah, dude, you've done a fantastic job like marketing yourself over the years. Literally, like, if you just type in Rodgon, like you get like 2 entire pages of just me. And I'm just like, cool. So I'm like the most popular Rodgon in the world. They're like, yeah, by far, there's a pianist in Brazil that used to have that ranking, and I took it because I'm awesome. I took his number one. He don't get to be the number one Rodgon. Hell no. Only one can be the number one Rodgon. It's like Highlander status. And unfortunately for him, he got the same nickname that I had as my acronym for my first and my second name. So even if his name is Rodgon, haha, you will forever be subjected to being second in Google. I promise I'm a good person. I think I'm better than I'm not. I'm a decent human. What's your favorite thing to draw? You're looking at it. You're looking exactly at my favorite thing to draw. I like drawing girls. I like drawing pinups. I like drawing beautiful, cute, and sexy and silly girls in situations, different types of like bodies, hairstyles, compositions, curvy, flat, thick, skinny, like everything in between, but always tattooed, always nerdy in some way or another. And oftentimes just like literally girls of my dreams, like, all right, so let's see how many we have so far. Well, after I finish this one. What should this one be doing? This one should be making a silly face, right? That's what you like, he said before. All right, so we had 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75. So we're at 75. I'm still a little bit ahead of you guys. Will I get to 100 faces before you get to 100,000 likes? Huh. I wonder. Wait. I forgot the number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So that's 17 out of 59. That's 76. All right, 76 so far. So I have 24 to go. Can you do one with a beanie? Absolutely. Let's draw one with a beanie right here. Do a really baggy beanie too. Like a super baggy one. The ones that like fold over and stuff. So there's a couple goals that I want to do in my life. One, I want to be known as one of the world's best pinup artists. Period. That is a goal that will happen. It's just, I don't know when, I don't know how, but it will happen. It will happen because I want it to happen. And whenever I want something to happen, so the time the universe tends to go, hey, Rod, here you fucking go, dude. You got this. Now I'm like, woohoo, thank you, universe. And I'll make sure that it happens. But now the concept behind that is going to be recognized by my peers. Not necessarily, you don't get to be named the best character, like artist in the world of anything if it's not your peers naming you that, right? I don't get to just self-proclaim myself that. Hell no. So the goal is going to be to demonstrate this in the ways that I'm doing right now, in the ways that I'm like teaching, in the ways that I'm communicating with the next generation, right? Because being the greatest isn't necessarily about being the best. It's about being the most impactful in your community, right? It's about being the best because other people look to you like the best, not because your skill makes you the best. And that's a big factor that a lot of people just don't understand. If you want to be acknowledged by your peers, it's not always about skill. It's about what you bring to the community. What is it that you're doing to help your fellow artists? What are you doing to be able to enhance the world that we live in, to make it easier for artists to be able to live it, to run it, to actually function? Right? That's what I mean by best. How am I going to help the art community, my world, my people that I care about because they go through the same struggles that I do? How can I make their careers easier by me existing? That's my goal. It's a little different than other people. Some other people want to build like theme parks and they want to be like known for certain specific things like comic books or whatever. Could care less. I don't care about building a legacy through like a merchandise. I don't care about that. I've never been a pursuer of that. But I do want, is I want people that mention my name to be like, yeah, that motherfucker right there. God damn it, that guy. And that's the feeling I want. I want to like be just known as like, God, that motherfucker right there. God damn it, he's good. I don't even care if they know my name. I just want them to be like, God fucking damn it. Wow. I don't know. I think to me that's much more appealing than like being in like, I don't know, like being in a movie or being known for being like the animator of a movie or like production or something like that, because then all that stuff is multiple people, right? It's thousands of people. So you can't really take credit for that. Like, yeah, you can be like the director, oh, I came up with the story, but without everybody else, your shit's meaningless. Right? So if you want to build your ego, right, and you want to build that side of you, because I highly recommend that people do, like, I really, really, really highly recommend that you actually let your ego loose once in a blue moon. Right? If you do that, then you are actually going to be like, I'm fucking awesome. I'm pretty fucking cool. If you never do that and you never feed your ego, you're always going to be like, well, I could be better, but, like, yeah. And even though being better is fine, you still need to feel like the shit. You need to feel like you're awesome, like about as much as you have to feel humble about growing. And the reason why is because no one else is going to hype you up, dude. So you got to learn to do it yourself. Like, no one else is going to hype you up. No one. Very few people in your life will ever actually give a shit. And much less give a shit to the point where you like to give a shit. Good then, Moosey. You want a little bacon bit? All right, there you go. Little bacon bit for Moosey. So, when you learn to be your own boss, you learn to be your own fan, you learn to be your own support. And it's absolutely needed because, again, unless you have like a family structure that is really tight-knit and they understand you and they value you and they take the time to understand why you're doing this and why you're drawing hallucinations for a living, right? Once you understand that from someone and they still stick by your side, well, they're going to support you regardless of whatever situation it is. But very few people end up being that kind of support for us. So we need to learn to do it ourselves. Do I have a dog? Yeah, he's beautiful. He's a little Chinese schnauzer. He's so well behaved. Like, he's so fucking well behaved. Like, in comparison to other people's dogs, God, like, please, like, get your fucking annoying ass dog away from me. Like, if your dog is constantly not, like, able to be, like, called back or recalled, and it doesn't know when to stop, like, jumping on you, and it just pees all over the place and stuff, like, that's when I just look at you, and as an owner, I'm like, ugh. Like, what did you do? Like, how did you spend the time with this dog? Like, you'd make a terrible parent. Like, a lot of the times I'm just like, like, I'm super judgy when it comes down to people and their dogs. Moosey! Moosey pie! Moosey, Moosey, Moosey. He's a hairy dog. Moosey, Moosey, Moosey. Stinks every single day. He has a little spooky, like, bandana on right now. All right, Moosey, get down. Good boy. Good. Yeah, Moosey pie. I have songs for him. Like, I have entire songs that I sing to him every single day. No, Moosey, that's enough bacon for right now. No, if you eat more than those, you end up all like, yeah, you end up pulling like gooey stuff, and that's not good. Too many snackies. All right, 69 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 22 to 59. Is it 49 or 59? We need 24 left. Fuck, I forgot. So that's, wait, was that 26? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So 23 out of 59, that's 62. 70, wait, that doesn't seem right. 82. Yeah, 82. So we have 18 left. Have one with the kittens with me. She's so cute. Hey, let's draw a little kitty girl. Here, we'll give her this one. We'll give her some ears. And before I smudge, guess I'm being ignored. Dude, anyone that goes onto anyone else's stream is like, oh my god, you're ignoring me. Oh my god, I'm being ignored, guys. Can you believe it? He's ignoring me. Like, oh my god. Shut up. That's annoying, dude. That's like some entitled shit that's beyond like a different level. Like, unless you're a little kid, like a little kid, if you're anything beyond a teenager, you should not be doing that. If you're anything beyond the teenager, you should stop doing that shit online. Stop thinking that you are entitled to anyone's attention. It's so incredibly weird and like just a random person that have no idea who you are, just randomly going like, ugh, he's ignoring me. Ugh, I don't know you, dude. So you need to be either patient or just contact me through a DM so that we can talk after the show. Just contact me after. Just send me a DM if you want to learn something specific. Yeah? I don't mind helping. You just have to do it in the right avenues. And if you constantly go like, oh my god, you're ignoring me. If you send a message and I don't respond right away and you say something like that, I'd never message you back. Like, I'd never message you back. It'd be so annoying to do so. You see what I mean? Like, it's a matter of you have to make it so the person wants to help you instead of making it more difficult by making it more difficult for me to actually want to care. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people won't tell you this. Other creators won't tell you this. They will probably just ignore you and not even say anything. But I'm telling you this because it's going to help you with other people. When you learn to deal with other human beings, you need to learn how decorum works. And that's going to help you a lot. It's going to help you network. It's going to help you contact people and have better outcomes by doing so. So please, just take that advice, okay? And if you want help, if you want specific help about something that I'm not mentioning, just DM me. Just send me a message. That's all. But don't spam and don't feel entitled because no one owes you shit. But I want to help. All right? Cool. What are you doing, Moosey? You want to play, huh? I think he's like, you've been on too long. Where's my fetch? Where's my snacks? Where's my cuddles? God damn it. That's essentially what my dog is doing right now. We have 16 more faces, Moosey. 16 more faces. That's it. Just 16 more. We can probably bust them out in like 5 minutes, but we're trying to teach people, Moosey. So have a seat. Get down. Good boy. So we have 16 more heads that we gotta do. So let's get to it. And I think I'm gonna beat you guys to the 100,000 or 100 faces. I think I'm gonna have 100 faces before you guys have 100,000 likes. But good try though. Good attempt. You guys try to keep up, which is a good thing. Most people would never be able to. Rod! Care Bear said you have to put Sarah Savage in. Ooh. Oh, I think Sarah's been drawn like 20 times already in here. Sarah's like every single little one with a little like bangs like this. That's her. Every single time I draw a character that has that, it's her. Like in my brain, it's, yeah, that's Sarah hair. Like, that's Sarah hair. That's Sarah hair. Sarah hair. Like, She is ingrained in my brain. I saw her for like a week and she's beautiful. She's absolutely gorgeous. And like, I just enjoyed studying her features so that I could draw versions of her. But she's absolutely stunning. She's a lovely little thing, little fairy demon. Blushing? You should. You're absolutely cute as hell. And she's talented. She's skilled as fuck. She's like incredibly talented artist. And she's humble. Which makes it even more so attractive, in my opinion. Should we leave? No, 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 my friends. She's just a lovely friend of mine. Not that anything could ever happen since we live in different countries, but hey, a man could we'd be as lucky as they could possibly get if that was the case. Just saying. Stop it. It's okay. It's okay. I'll shut up. Us Mexicans have a flair for being able to compliment people. I do apologize if it makes anyone upset. Moosey, you're bringing your toys now? Oh, you brought 2 toys. I'll play fetch with him while I finish the rest of the 14 faces. All right, so 14 faces before you guys can draw and get 20,000 likes, huh? I like those odds. I like those odds a lot. Let's see, let's make this into an eye. This is gonna be like a cheek, so we're gonna draw like a little clown girl, I guess. That's 13. Oh, we're almost at the last 10. All right, so this one can be, anytime that there's hair like that, I can just make another face by making that the side. What number is this? This is number 88. Have 88 faces so far, and we still have a little bit of space, so we're gonna have to draw a little bigger so we can cover all the faces in. So we have 12 more faces. Let's draw slightly bigger, and then we'll fill in gaps. So what should this one be? Let's make this one looking up a little bit. How about that? We haven't drawn any other like angles so much. Slightly looking up. Moosey Pie, what's up, buddy? We're almost done, I promise. I'll play like catch for like an hour with you. I'll give you all the snacks and cuddles. You've been so patient. Such a good dog. I don't deserve him. Well, I do deserve him. Fuck that. I'm a fucking great owner. I'm a fantastic owner and trainer. I deserve my dog. I was outside like, no, I don't deserve him. No, fuck that. I do. Hell yeah. 11. Ooh, you guys still have 15,000. I have 11 left. You are so not gonna catch up. But it's okay. Like I said, you guys put a commendable amount. You guys, commendable. Good effort. Maybe next 100 hand challenge, next 100 pace challenge, 100 feet challenge. Maybe you guys will beat me then. 9. Let's give this one a flower. I suggested a demon. Ooh, so 9. Okay, so let's draw a little pinup girl. Let's draw a little fairy demon. Little pretty fairy demon. Without trying to make anyone blush. Because we wouldn't want that. So the neck, rib cage. I like putting her in a hoodie. Moosey straight up left the room. He's like, if you're not gonna play with me, I'm gonna leave. I love that dog so much. He is so intelligent. Like, he's such a good dog. Like, and he's independent too. Like, even though he's like a little like Velcro dog, like whenever he sees that I'm doing something, he's like, all right, I'm good. I'm just gonna go chill in the other room. And it's like amazing whenever I'm filming because he's just like, oh, cool. He's not constantly bugging me. And it's just like, I've never had a dog that's that independent. I've had family dogs. I've never had one that I trained myself. So it's interesting. Oh, 7. Oh my God. I have to do 7 and you guys almost caught up. No, wait. Hold on. I'm going to have to beat you guys. Hold on. I can't let you guys win. Right at the end. You guys aren't going to catch up to me and beat me. Let's see. But we can't just randomly draw things without them looking decent. I can't just draw faces. I have to still make sure that they look accurately good. That one looks like a crackhead, but it's okay. We haven't drawn a crackhead yet, so 6. 5. Let's see. That one's a little better. There you go. 3. Two. Oh, it's gonna come down to the last little stretch. Well, you guys beat me before I draw the next 2 faces. 1. And bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. We have officially drawn 100. Oh, you guys beat me! Oh, you guys beat me right at the end. What? No way! No way! You guys straight up beat me down to the finish line. Amazing. That's so cool. You guys caught up right at the end. But we gotta finish like filling up the spaces. I can't just let it like this. We need to make sure that we fill in. Sorry, Moosey, I know you're waiting for me to play. I know. But we're almost done, I promise. The OCD will not let me. We're almost done. Almost done, Moosey. Almost done. I know. I keep saying that, and you keep snuffing like, It's like upset. It's like, you promised. Yeah. okay, Moosey. You got me the rest of the day. Thank you all so much for your time. Thank you all so much for your attention. Thank you for all the likes. Thank you for challenging me to do something fun this afternoon. I was terribly having a shitty day. So this literally just snapped me out of that and just made me realize how knowledgeable I have become over the years. Like, I never would be able to have done this before, just freely, just like nothing, like casually just drawing 100 faces. It's not something as simple as people might think, right? Especially without making things that you hate or things that you are absolutely like just not happy with. And I'd say about like 95% of the faces I drew today, I'm incredibly satisfied with. So cool. Awesome. Over 100 faces video. That's gonna be cool. It's gonna complement the 100 hand video. 100 hand video took 4 hours. Let's see. We gotta do like a recap of that one. But let's look at the 100 faces so far. Zoom in. Do 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 do. Hey, Nanology's here. Oh, she's a cutie too. She's a fucking cutie. Like, very pretty girls. Too far away from me. Why are you all so fucking far? You all have to stop living so far away so I can hang out with you and actually spend time with women that like me. God damn it. You guys need to stop living so far away from me. Damn it. You guys have a lovely evening. May you all have a fantastic day. Thank you again for keeping me company. I'll color this in at some point soon. And it's just in the structures of our pinup book. So far, so good. 100,000 likes. Yeah, boy. See, this is what happens when I just don't play music. Unfortunate, right? Because I like singing and karaoke. So we might have to switch that to Steam or just do it through the Academy. Because I can stream on the Academy and do whatever the fuck I want. There's no royalty things, anything there. There's no check marks there. So that might be the case. Maybe if you want to draw like with me, maybe we'll find like on Twitch or something. Views away from me. But I'll see you guys next time. You guys take care. I'll see you guys soon. Bye. All right, Moosey. All right. Let's go. Let's go get food and play and shit. Jesus.